Guy Verhofstadt has warned Brexit trade talks will be very brief unless the UK changes its negotiating position, threatening the EU will walk away should Britain refuse to make concessions. The EU's trade negotiator Michel Barnier said today the UK should not kid themselves that Brussels will give a special deal to the City of London. Now, the Frenchman's tough negotiating stance has been backed up by Mr Verhofstadt, who led the European Parliament's Brexit steering group. The Belgium MEP said, the UK government says no to EU standards, a far-reaching fishery agreement, free movement, but it does want zero tariffs, zero quota and full access. If this is the UK position, talks will be very brief indeed. Michel Barnier is 100% right. A briefing paper, snapped by a long-lens camera as it was taken into Downing Street on Monday, suggested the UK would seek in the coming negotiations a permanent equivalence regime for financial services that would last for decades to come. Speaking in the European Parliament in Strasbourg, the EU's chief negotiator Michel Barnier dampened the government's hopes for maintaining such stable access to the European market after the end of 2020, when the UK leaves the single market and customs union. Mr Barnier said, "I'd like to take this opportunity to make it clear to certain people in the United Kingdom Authority that they should not kid themselves about this. There will not be general open-ended ongoing equivalence in financial services, nor other management or financial agreements with the United Kingdom. We will keep control of these tools, and we will retain the free hand to take our own decisions. At the end of the transition period, British financial institutions will not have the right to operate in the EU as they do today. The City will instead rely on Brussels judging that the UK's regulations and supervisory systems are sufficiently robust. A so-called equivalence decision that can be overturned with as little as 30 days' notice." Mr Barnier told MEPs that Brussels would not even engage in talks on the topic, let alone be open to granting such a deal. He said, "We are not negotiating on these topics, rather we are checking that there is consistency and wherever possible granting equivalence on particular sectors of the financial industry. That's what we did with Canada, that's what we did with the United States. It works. So I don't see why it shouldn't work with the While all the focus on Brexit talks has been on goods, the financial services chapter in any trade deal is critical for the UK. It employs more than 1 million people and contributes £127 billion to the economy, according to Chancellor Sajid Javid. He wrote in a newspaper comment piece, "We hope to agree a chapter on financial services in the UK-EU Free Trade Agreement that establishes a baseline for the trading relationship. If the EU, like us, wants a durable relationship, we should also include measures to directly address the long-term needs of industry for a reliable equivalence."